So my name is Gareth Emery. I play music and make music as well. I suppose I would be broadly described as being a trance artist, although I'd say I'm on the slightly cooler side of that genre. I kind of play a lot of progressive, techno and other stuff as well, and hopefully people like it. That is me, I think, in a nutshell. Recently I've been working pretty madly on my debut artist album. It's coming out in October this year, just get the plug in there. And touring. I've been touring pretty much every weekend, get home, 3 days where I've been pulling crazy all-nighters in the studio, trying to get as much stuff for the album finished as possible, and that is going to be the schedule for the next 4 months or so, I think. You know, there's a lot of guys out there. I mean, obviously all the guys that first got me into this sort of music, I've still got a lot of love and respect for. You know, people like Van Dyke, sort of Armin, Tiesto, but you know, and obviously the more progressive guys as well, people like Sasha. And you know, these days I like a lot of people, not just in dance music, but you know, some dance guys, people like sort of Eric Prydz, Kleinenberg, sort of the usual kind of guys. And then various bands, I won't go into too many of them, but a pretty wide range of stuff. Oh, and the classical guys as well, can't forget those boys. You know what, like this music at the moment is such like an all-encompassing job. I don't get much time for anything else. There's things I'd love to do, like snowboarding and running. I do a bit of running now and again, but outside of music and work, I eat and I drink occasionally and see friends when I can, when I'm at home, and honestly that is about it. So, not a good job to get into if you like hobbies. Probably my watch, which I'm not going to show you because it's a bit bling and sad, but it has a function where I can easily jump the hand between different hours. So when I travel to a new time zone, I can change the time without losing where the minute and the second hand are, because I'm a bit anal and I like it to show the exact right time. So definitely my watch. People used to say I look like Daniel Bedingfield. I don't know if you remember him. He was slightly his sister's quite good, Natasha, but he was a slightly tragic but talented guy. And if it was a musical, I'd like him to play me. And he can sing well. Fair Maiden? Oh God knows, that'd be a difficult one. Not a difficult one. Probably Dance Valley last year, playing in front of 10 or 15,000 people, jumping around like a bit of a lunatic, when the CD I was playing went back to the start. And I thought I'd cause the CD player to skip. So I waited, a minute and a half later, it gets to the same spot, goes back to the start again. So not only did I fuck up at Dance Valley, one of my biggest gigs today, I did it twice in a row. Not good. I think food would be good, because otherwise I would starve quite rapidly. And although losing weight is good, I wouldn't like to do it to that extent. So we'll have food and people, friends. I wouldn't like to be there on my own, that'd be sad. Food and people, 2 essentials. I would be glad to see the back of people as well, just different people, and queues. Because on a desert island with your mates, there'd be no queues, and I'm very impatient, incredibly impatient, and I hate queuing. So to be somewhere where there are no queues would be happy days. It's a pretty obvious one, but being able to fly would be pretty epic. I still have dreams occasionally where I am able to fly, and it's quite cool. Not overrated at all, I would say, from my dream-like experience. So I'd go for that. And it would mean I wouldn't have to spend as much time on planes. Got a gig in the States, just job done. The inspiration is pretty obvious. It comes from big room festivals and the feeling you get at, you know, that point of the night when things are really going off, and having played a number of global gatherings and been to a lot as well, so going right back to the first one. I was just trying to recreate that vibe and put it into a track. So the track is basically quite techy and driving for the most part, so it's got a bit of a groove there to keep you dancing, and then massive breakdown, big kind of hands in the air riff. And one of the things that people said when they first heard it was they could kind of imagine being there at GlobalGathering with me playing that track. So I think mission accomplished, hopefully. We'll see this year. Well, it was funny, I was working on my artist album, and I had a bunch of tracks which I didn't feel quite fitted on there, and that were finished and I kind of wanted to do something with. And one of the guys from GlobalGathering kind of spoke to us and said, hey, you know, do you have any tracks that may work as kind of official tunes for GlobalGathering? This track, which wasn't actually named Global at the time, but was very much made, as I said, with GlobalGathering and festivals in mind, immediately just fitted into that. So we played it to the guys from GlobalGathering, they loved the track, and it was a match made in heaven, I think. So shortly after that, the track acquired the name Global. Well, I mean, I've kind of been in a position to obviously test out the track for a while. I've been playing it in my own set, particularly the festival ones, and it goes down really well. And other kind of people say it seems to get a good response. So it's kind of weird for me, the fact that I went to the first ever GlobalGathering in 2001, and if you told me then that 10 years later I wouldn't still just be into this music, but I'd be, you know, in some form of professional employment within the scene and would be playing the main 10 of GlobalGathering and playing a track of mine called Global, it would be pretty surreal. So I think it should go down well.